Welcome back, guys. This is Alcoholic Endeavors, and today we're going to be making the French twist from the Ultimate Bar Book, The Comprehensive Guide to Over 1,000 Cocktails by somebody that Metal Helmich. That's who I'm thinking of. So the French twist, interesting cocktail choice. I think it'll be all right, probably. But let's just go ahead and get down into what you're going to need. You're going to need lemon juice, preferably fresh lemon juice. I'm choosing not so fresh, but it's probably fine for the most part. Don't worry about it. It's probably fine. You will need a bourbon of your choice. I'm going to choose Angel's Envy. You'll need a brandy of your choice. This is the only brandy that I can find that's just normal, E and J, VS. And you also need Grand Marnier. That's the French part of this, I guess. But unfortunately, I don't have Grand Marnier anymore. I drank it all. But the good news is Cointreau is a product of France, and I'm hoping that the product of France means it's still somewhat French enough for everything that needs to go in here. So yeah, let's do it. You'll need 1.5 ounces of your bourbon of choice, which is 45 milliliters, like so. You'll need 1.5 ounces of your brandy, which is another 45 milliliters, surprisingly enough. I know, right? Spill it all over your bar because you haven't done that in a while. Holy hell. Give me a moment. F in the chats for that brandy, by the way. We're going to just eat a little more in there, and that should be fine. All right. RIP brandy. 1.5 ounces of your Cointreau or your Grand Marnier, give or take. And you'll need about 1/4 ounce of your lemon juice, preferably shaken better than what I just did. This might take a minute. So how's the weather? How's the kids? There we go. And then we're going to shake and pour into a chilled cocktail glass, which I am currently working on, and hopefully it'll be chilled enough. Hopefully. I'll bring you guys back in when I'm ready. And there we have our French twist, apparently. So let's go ahead and try it out. This is very full. Orangey, lemony, and has a very sweet but packs a punch to this type of cocktail. Probably because of the bourbon. The sweetness is definitely from the orange and the brandy. And there's a little bit of bitterness on the first entry from lemon juice, which is actually kind of refreshing in a way. Because it's not all sweet. So when you're pretty much drinking this, the first thing that you taste is like the brandy and the bourbon just kind of clashing together and making this kind of like sweet, harmonious combination together. And then immediately after that, you can really taste the lemon juice and the orange kind of counteracting each other a little bit. But they actually meld pretty well together, and I think it came out to be a nice little cocktail. Now I do have to do a warning that this cocktail specifically is going to be very strong, depending on the type of bourbon you use. Now, granted, mine is only 86.6 proof, because that's what I chose for my bourbon, and I think this brandy's only 70. No, it's 80 proof. So those two are the biggest deals and factors in this cocktail. And it's going to be a very strong cocktail. So you might not want to take too many big sips out of this. Maybe take small sips and just kind of enjoy the flavor that it has to offer. There, I took a little sip. And after taking a little sip, I can actually taste everything kind of working well together. They're actually melding pretty nicely together. It's not super sweet. It's not super sour. It's just kind of there. It's all there in the moment that you take the sip of, and it has a nice aftertaste. It doesn't really burn down the gullet or anything, not like that the 99 proof vodka, combining everything down together and making bubblegum out of it. Which I've actually had somebody confirm that it does taste like bubblegum, which is interesting. So I wasn't wrong. um, which was fun. Let's see here. Although I do have to say a quick sorry for anybody that was hoping that I would stream tonight. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. If I do end up streaming tonight, which I have doubts that I will, yeah, I already started drinking way before I even started making these videos, so I'm just a little tipsy now, a little bit drunk, somewhere around there. So I'm just kind of debating if I want to do that tonight. Probably not. I'm gonna be honest with you, probably not. That might have to be a next week thing. It's very tempting though, just to do a live, just to hang out and talk and just have a good time. But I also have to reset everything back up because I don't know where half of this shit is, so that's fun. Yeah. It's a interesting cocktail for French twist. I would highly recommend it. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time.